especially for those people who, especially for those pale, I can't say it. My name is Tina. They are actually different. The pen type's absolutely amazing. Hi everyone! So I'm back with another first impressions, and today's product is something that has been everywhere. On YouTube, on Instagram, blah blah blah. It has been absolutely everywhere, so I thought I'll give it a go. Drum roll please. Ta-da! It is the AUSTRALIS AC On Tour Contouring and Highlighting Kit, or a contour kit basically. Now, I have mentioned before, or in my first video, that I work at a Priceline store, and for anyone who's been trying to get this, they will understand that it has been quite a mission. Apparently it has been sold out in a lot of Priceline stores, and I even had a customer come in the other day saying that because it's sold out everywhere, people have been selling it online for like 40 bucks and stuff. This is retailing at $16.95. It is on sale right now for $12.95. I was working the other day near Australis, and just being there showed how ridiculous this product is selling at the moment. I think we went through about 30 in 2 days, I'm pretty sure, at our store. We probably would have even sold more if we had more on the shelf. We can only put up 6 on the shelf, so for anyone who is struggling to buy this, definitely ask the cosmetics girl in the Priceline store you go to and ask if they have any more, because chances are, I'm not saying this is definite, but there is a chance that they will have more in the unders or stock out the back or something, because we can only set out 6, and if it's on a busy day like a Saturday, once we set out the 6 and we don't notice that we're out, we can't put any more up and people will just assume that we're sold out. But definitely check. That is the only reason why I bought this, just because working there and just seeing how many that we sold was just absolutely crazy. And the fact that apparently Australis is like getting abused on Instagram and all that they're not sending stock out, blah blah blah, but it's definitely not their fault. I mean, it's crazy popular, but we are getting them in store, so try it out. Like, it might be currently sold out at your closest store or whatever, but just wait, because they are being sent out. Keep an eye out for it, and definitely ask your store cosmetician or beauty advisor if they have any more, because I think it's totally worth asking if you really want it. Personally, I am definitely not a massive contouring person. I barely ever contour. I don't even wear bronzer every day. I just wear blush and that's about it. I do contour when I go out occasionally, but I definitely don't think it's something that's necessary for every day. I know there's a massive trend on right now for contouring, and a lot of people ask me about it and stuff. If you want to do it every day, more than welcome, it's your choice, but I don't think it's something that is necessary to do every day. Obviously, I have no contouring, highlighting on at the moment, and I think it's fine. I don't have any contouring kit or many bronzers at all, to be honest. Like, I do like my highlighters. I do have quite a few highlighters, but I'm definitely not a massive bronzer person, especially, as you can tell, I am pretty pale, so a lot of bronzers do tend to be too dark or too orange on me. But I thought I will give this product a go, and it comes in bubble wrap, which is good, and it's just a thin, sleek, and on the back they have instructions saying how to contour, which you can go by, or obviously you can personalize the way you contour. I am just probably not gonna use all the shades, especially because I am pale. I have tried them out a little bit just to see how the colors show up. I find they are definitely fairly pigmented, and even trying to get the product on my fingers, you can tell it is very powdery. You can't really tell, but a lot of pigments or like powder does fall when you're trying to get the product. That's why I keep blowing, but holy crap. They are the 3 highlight shades. As you can see, they are incredibly pigmented. So that's the yellowy shade, that's the light pink shade, and that's the shimmer shade. Whoa, so much powder. It is such a powdery product. Obviously it's good because it's pigmented, but you can see the powder on that falling off basically. But they are the 3 contour shades. Obviously the middle one is the very ashy cool brown, and the other 2 are a bit more of a warmer brown. I think this is the most right one, the very orangey brown. They are the 6 shades. As you can tell, they are ridiculously pigmented, which is awesome. Most of you will know that this is being compared to the Anastasia contour kit. Pretty sure they don't sell it in stores in Australia. So it is awesome that we have an alternative that's by an Australian brand, and also how it is a drugstore product. It is very affordable, but the fact that people say it's sold out everywhere and people are selling it online for like 40 bucks, which is like the price of the Anastasia palette anyway. I mean, just wait until it comes in stores. But anyway, I am going to do a quick demo. I obviously won't be using all of the shades. A lot of them are way too dark for me, but I'm going to try figure it out and find what's best for my skin tone. Just so you have an idea of my skin tone, I'm usually the palest or second palest shade in a lot of foundations in Australia. For example, I used to wear the shell in the photo ready, and now I am the vanilla, which is the palest shade. I know I am pretty pale, but I think I will try work with the palette to see if it works for people who have paler skin, because we want to contour as well. So first of all, I am going to grab the very left contour shade, which is a warmer brown, although it is not as orangey as the one on the other end. And I'm going to use the Real Techniques multitasking brush. I'm going to use this shade to warm up my skin slightly rather than do a proper strong contour. Products are very, very pigmented, as you can tell. That's like one touch. So I'm going to slightly dab it off on my arm, which you can see is a lot of product already. And I'm just going to use this as basically like a bronzer first. See, I think that was even too much product, to be totally honest. So I'm just going to work it along my hairline up here, bit down, and then down around like a 3. And this is just basically to warm up my skin slightly. The shape of a 3 again. Basically working on and a little bit above. Next, I am going to get the Models Prefer Buffing Contour Brush, which has an end that is flat. Then I'm going to get the middle shade here, the very ashy brown, to do a more strong contour of the cheekbone. So straight under your cheekbone, you can measure that with your brush. So you can feel it anyway, so it's just here. I do think it's a little bit, still a little bit dark on me. Just blend, 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 blend. I have used the littlest amount of product for this contour. So I do think the ashy colour does work well, although it is definitely a bit too deep for me. It looks almost grey on my skin. I think for people who are darker skinned than I am, it will work really well, although for me being pretty pale, it is almost like showing up grey on my skin. Well, that's the best I can do. Contoured with the deepest ashy shade just for my cheekbones. I definitely don't think it's the best shade for pale people, as you can probably tell. Next, I am going to contour my nose a little bit. Again, I'm going to use the ashiest brown. I'm actually going to start up here to create an illusion of deeper set eyes. And then I'm going to bring it down the bridge. And then on the side here. I'm just using this, I think it is an eyeshadow brush, but it's like a slightly angled fluffy brush, which I think works great for shading the nose. Obviously I've gone a bit strong up here. So it is a bit strong now, but I am going to blend it all out later. Next, I'm going to use the Real Techniques setting brush with the yellow shade, the middle shade in the highlighting shades, to set my under eyes. With my foundation, I've just set it with a translucent powder for now. So the yellow really does brighten up under the eyes. Don't know how well it would work for people who are very pink toned, but for people who are yellow toned, it is a great highlight. So I'm just going under the eye and also in a triangular shape to highlight. Next, I am going to use a different brush. This is the tapered highlighter in Sigma, and I'm going to take the very left shade, the pinky shade, just to highlight underneath the cheekbones to create a stronger contour under the cheekbones. I'm also going to get a bit of this on my chin, across my forehead, and also to buff in my nose contour since it was a little bit strong. Okay, just blend it out a little bit more. And lastly, I'm going to try use the highlight, although it looks pretty deep. So I'm going to try use a little bit of that on the top of my cheekbones. Yeah. On camera it just looks quite shiny, but I do think it's a little deep for my skin tone. Just a little bit on the bridge of my nose. And ideally you would put it on your cupid's bow before your lippy. And there you have it. There is my little demo with the Australis contour kit. I hope it was somewhat of a help for those pale girls out there. If you have an idea of what this will be like on your skin, obviously they can't cater to everyone. They're going to cater for the majority of people. But if you are pale, just be aware that the colours might not be exactly what you are after. I did really like both of these two highlighting shades, although with the highlighting shimmery shade was not light enough. It was a nice shimmer, but it doesn't really highlight, it just illuminates. I do get what people are raving on about because it's so cheap and it is very, very pigmented. In my opinion, the pigmentation might be a little too strong, that it's a bit hard to control. Like, it's very hard to get just the right amount of product. Like, I had to dab off a lot of the product on my arm just because using it straight on would have been just... But I am really pale, so that might just be me. Can tell it's definitely quite strong, and it actually, I feel like the contour just on this side has kind of built up in my pores. Not good. But yes, overall I think it's brilliant for the price. $16.95 or $17.95, I'm pretty sure full price, but if you buy it on sale like I did, it was $12.95, $13, so that's obviously much cheaper than the Anastasia one that it is supposedly very similar to. So once again, if you can't find it in your Priceline store on the shelf, definitely ask the staff. Like, I always get asked, and I'm definitely never hesitant. We're happy to try to look for the product for you if we can find it. If we are out of stock, that is unfortunate, but they aren't sold out forever. We are getting stock in, and it's just obviously such a high demand that they are a bit slow in getting a lot of stock out, but it's definitely still going. They're obviously making a lot of money out of it, so they are going to keep going with it. Well, I hope you liked my little first impressions and demo on the Australis AC on Tour contouring and highlighting kit. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked first impressions, and I'll hopefully do a few more, or if there are any suggestions to products that you would like to see a first impressions of, please leave it in a comment below, and I will see you guys next time.